Oh, I don't know where to go. Things I've stuck up my bum. Nothing. Things my producer, Ollie, stuck up his bum. Okie dokie. Thanks, Ollie. Welcome to another Q&A episode of How to Get Wet When You're Dry. We are joined today by our resident therapist, Sally O'Sullivan. Sally, welcome back.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Oh, it's good to have you. Again, since you're such a classy lady. I mean, look at her. I got us some biscuits.
Nice.
Today we have a tower of chocolate fingers.
Chocolate fingers.
Because we love a finger.
We do indeed.
Don't we just?
We do indeed.
Would you like one?
Yeah, I'll have a chocolate finger.
I might join you. You like it?
It's great.
She loves it. Okay, so we've had the write-ins. Mm-hmm. First question. Do rejection and difficult conversations get easier with age and clean time, or maybe they don't?
I don't know that rejection particularly does for anybody in the firm or civilians. No, I think everybody feels rejection. Are you talking about real rejection, or are you talking about he's not noticing me enough today?
All rejection.
The he's not noticing me enough today might get better. Actually, you've been in a kind of good, strong relationship for a long period of time and it hasn't worked out, or, somebody has betrayed you. Everybody will feel that.
So it doesn't get better?
I think it's something everybody has to feel. You get in touch with your feelings. You don't eliminate them.
Give up now. Let's just go and have a drink.
What was the second part of that? Rejection or?
Difficult conversations.
Difficult conversations probably get easier.
Yeah, I think they get easier.
Yeah.
I get easier.
Yeah.
Okay, I just said I get easy by mistake.
You are easy. No, you're not.
No, I'm not. I'm very hard to get, genuinely.
Hard to keep.
Oh, I'm so hard. I love that. I'm not hard to get. I'm hard to keep.
Up with.
Up with. Sorry, would you like to finish your finger?
No, I'm okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
And you look really chic, like
Thank you. I've got
Audrey
chocolate.
Hepburn with her cigarette. Okay. Do you think, though, that you actually just get better at dealing with it?
I think rejection hurts everybody.
Great. Okay. Right.
And you may or may not have tools. Yeah. You're probably more socialized and you have friends around you. But, everybody
hurts sometimes.
Everybody hurts sometimes. Everybody.
I've been off drinking drugs for a while now and thought my partner was too, but it turns out she was lying about being sober for a year. I don't know where to go from here. I understand addiction, so I can relate to where she's at, and I love her, but I don't think I can get over this. Can I trust this person again?
No, that's a hard one, isn't it?
It's a hard one.
I don't know that you can particularly trust them if they've lied to you for a year. There would need to be some evidential behavioral change or commitment to either stopping drinking if that's the agreement. But, people can get over everything. And
do you think?
Yeah, people do. And people do change. People can have affairs and the coupleship can move on. But it's difficult. It's testing because the person has lied to you for a year. And you can't just let it slide.
I don't think I could. I don't know your relationship, right? So I can't comment at all. I personally just don't think that I could. Yeah. Lying is something that just sends, like the reaction in me is visceral.
Yeah.
My whole body has a response to it. And I immediately just...
Yeah. But equally, addiction is, it's a relapsing condition. So people can relapse. It just depends where your partner is at this time. Have they disclosed that to you? Or are they experiencing remorse? Do they want to kind of double down and try and get sober? Then that's a different story.
There was more to it.
Oh.
In the message that I got sent. So their partner hid beer bottles. And they found the beer bottles. So that's how they discovered what was going on.
So they didn't disclose. Hiding beer bottles, it's a desire to be found out. It's like leaving a laptop open with porn or, you know, your text messages to your lover on display on the kitchen. You know, they want
Plugged
to be
into the TV.
Yeah, exactly.
Screencasted.
Exactly. They, you know, hiding beer bottles. I mean, you could say it was a cry for help, but equally, it's their own journey. You know, there's only so many. Oh no, I'm really sorry. It'll be different.
Why do you think we want to get caught? Not we. It's not me. This isn't me.
Why do people want to get caught?
Why do people want to get caught?
Because they want some action to occur and they can't, for some reason, instigate it themselves. So they're communicating in a very underhand way.
I guess that's, I you know what? Because when I drank, now I am loyal.
Okay.
I am loyal.
Yeah.
When I drank, I always cheated because
Yeah.
I was out of it. And then I would feel so much guilt that I would mention the name of a person a lot, even though I didn't really want to get caught. But I think I
No.
was being really selfish subconsciously because I wanted something to happen.
Yeah. You wanted them to pick up something
And then just...
and to interrogate you
Or
in
to
some
just
way.
call it.
Yeah.
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 Okay, fair.
Yeah.
All right. I am fixed now, by the way.
Yeah.
Sally say that I'm fixed.
Yeah. You're a fabulous human being.
Okay, so, right, I stopped drinking and realized I hate my husband. That's all I've got to say. I feel really bad laughing at it, right? But I feel bad laughing.
Yeah.
But it sounds like they're in high spirits about the husband hatred.
Yeah.
So do we have any thoughts to contribute?
Yes. Well, I guess that person doesn't say how long they're sober or how long they're married, to be fair. So
This is why you're here, bringing the facts.
yeah, so we need to do further interrogation there. Yes, I can understand, I think it's hard to be around someone in early recovery because actually you probably hate yourself a little bit,
Hard truth.
Yeah.
But also...
Yeah. And also, really, in the first year or so of recovery, I don't think you're a judge of anything. And, they do say, don't do any sudden moves. That would be divorce.
Getting a fringe.
No, getting a fringe would be a big one.
Huge.
But, kind of investments, houses, you're just looking for, you feel terrible and you're looking to change something up and actually you might be making an error.
Every year has brought new perspective for me.
Yeah.
I look at sobriety as finding a new perspective
Yeah.
on the world and other people.
Yeah.
And what I like and what I don't like.
Yes, exactly.
And what I can be and can't be.
Sure.
That didn't make sense, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
And that's all that matters.
it's your limitations or your expectations
Yeah,
or all
where
of those
I'm,
things.
my part in bits.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a biggie. I have childhood trauma. All of my relationships are when, the best sex was when I was using from age 17 to my mid-30s. Then sex became betrayal for me. How and can I relearn to trust and have sex again?
When they say sex became betrayal, do we know what?
We don't know, but
What that is.
I think because bad things happened sexually
During
speaking,
that, okay.
during
Yes.
drinking and during
Yes.
childhood.
Yes.
Once getting sober, the association
Of sex.
was of that nature.
Right.
So is that something, and can this person relearn to trust and have sex again?
I think yes, people can learn to trust and have sex again. I think perhaps a period of abstinence is needed there in a way to start filtering down into some normal state of what one wants. It sounds with that person, they're looking for a more relational sexual experience. They're looking more for a partner. They want to have somebody they can trust. They may have, sexual trauma. They may have things to work through with that, with a partner. They may not just be able to embark in an affair and there could be a lot of fear and negotiation around the sexual act for them. But there's also ways of working with that and getting support in and around that. because people do transition, from really hypersexual, non-intimate sexuality, the gay community in particular, and some of them, really want to move into another kind of sexual experience.
Because I had a lot of stuff happen in my drinking that was not consensual. And in my first year of sobriety, I didn't even realize when I was wanting to have sex, my natural instinct was to push the guy off me initially.
Yeah.
And I hadn't actually been the person who initiated it, even though I wanted it. It was just like a, ugh.
Sure.
But then somehow it just stopped being a thing.
Yeah.
It just disappeared.
I think, there is just process, and it becomes, you're relating to people in a very different way. And, when you're sober, you're not getting sexual as quickly as you might do when you're pretty high.
I mean, I do.
But not as, that's with intention.
That's true.
You know what you're doing.
Yeah, it's true.
It's so you're already in a position where you're considering something. Whereas if you're kind of high and out of it, it can be just anything.
Yeah.
So you're negotiating things differently.
I love that term. I don't know. I love the way that you phrase that. Just wanted to tell you that.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Let me start by saying I've done therapy galore. Noted. I have the awareness to know what I'm doing, but it isn't helping me out here. I'm only attracted to women who I know are horrible for me, and I know it takes two to tango, blah, blah, blah. But the issue is, when I'm in something that doesn't have highs and lows, I'm unbelievably bored. What do I do?
If it's what you want, it's what you want.
Tough shit.
Some couples, the real highs and lows things it works, but you must understand what you're getting involved in. You can't get in because, at least that person understands they get very bored in another kind of relationship. But it's challenging to be with somebody when there's a lot of highs and lows.
Okay, when I was early recovery, I was in something that was really full of highs and lows. And it was awful, but it was addictive in a way. And then when I started to have relationships, when I had a relationship that didn't have those highs and lows, I didn't want to create them and I didn't want to have them. But I did have a moment where I thought, oh, is this it?
Yeah.
And where I thought because things were peaceful, we were going to get sick of each other. I didn't act on anything, but I did have that thought.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's the internal drugstore. And it's also, it's also the push and pull with the kind of hot and cold and up and down. And it's a way of negotiating intimacy in some way, So he's maybe somebody who, has had a lot of therapy, but maybe he has issues about being very intimate in some way.
Yeah.
Because he wants to not know what's going on and be totally bamboozled and blame the woman. But really, he is part of this equation.
Yeah, it's so true. Because in the situation with myself that I spoke about, I then realized it was a just intimacy thing. That it was just the fear of fully opening myself up to someone and just letting things be as they were.
Yeah.
But it was lovely.
Yeah.
And it was nice to know I could do it. You can do it too.
Yes, you can.
Yeah. And I'm sure those women love that you call them horrible. Thinking, pot kettle black. Okay, that's a joke. No one's a horrible person.
No.
We're all just trying our best. Okay. Since getting sober and doing the work, I genuinely think I'm better than everyone I date. My tolerance for whining is non-existent. I feel like I'm cock-blocking myself with my self-righteousness, but I can't help it.
I think you are.
Yeah, you probably are, but also, I won't lie.
Yeah.
There have been with my ex, and it is all relative.
Yes.
And there are people who've gone through way more than me.
Yes.
And I'm very privileged, beautiful life, grateful for everything that I've gone through because it's gotten me sat here right with you.
Yeah.
But I did have a moment with my ex where, I knew everything that had gone on in his life or whatever, and he is whining about something with work, and it's like his Everest. And I was just sat there thinking, know your fucking audience.
Yeah.
Is that bad?
Well, I guess, it's interesting. But when you then get to moan, does he have to listen to your moans? I get, it's like, it depends what kind of relationship you want. If you want a relationship that everybody's, great and self-sufficient, then yeah.
I feel seen.
But equally, I think with that person, it is a kind of cock blocking. It is a kind of self-protection on some level.
Yeah, I think I just struggle because I just get on with stuff.
Yeah.
I deal with it with my friends. I really do think I want a partner where we support each other through stuff. When they're moaning about something really, really, really trivial.
Sure.
And I'm just sat here like...
Yes, but I moan about things that are really trivial. And
you never do.
Yes, I do. And then, sometimes I'm listening to people moan about stuff and I'm like, it's like you kind of, I guess, have to appreciate their feelings and kind of recognize, I do, yeah.
Also, I can be so hypocritical.
Yeah.
I'm being
like
hypocritical.
my teeny weeny stuff is enormous and their teeny, their big stuff is teeny weeny.
And their weenie is teeny. Yeah. Okay, sorry. I'm being a hypocrite. I'm being a hypocrite. That's all right. Okay. Yeah. All right. I go to ChatGPT for all my dating and relationship questions. I spend hours on it. It's addictive and I can't stop.
Yeah.
God, I need a chocolate finger for this one because I feel seen again.
Good. I think just, it's amazing. So many people are referring to ChatGPT about their relationships. It's like we'll be communicating like HAL, the computer, it's the thing about relationships is they are about making errors and trying to connect and love and forgiveness and intimacy and mess and not getting it right and getting, pulling it together and then, just getting over it and getting deeper and getting more connected.
I totally agree with you. And I like to show up as myself in situations.
Yeah.
But with my breakup, I did screenshot some of the text messages and upload them to ChatGPT and ask it to tell me how emotionally fabulous I was.
Right.
And to define like my attachment style. And it said that I was secure and I handled it incredibly. And then I went on a spiral with it for like an hour.
Yeah, I guess, if you're in a little
arguably not secure if you're emotionally intelligent.
If you're in a little bit of obsession and, you can always read horoscopes and you can look at ChatGPT and there's a whole raft of things you can do, But does it kind of change the relating? I don't, I think it's really got to be face to face. Maybe it's different because it's you people are texting and they're on Hinge or whatever, or whatever site they're on, and they want to give the right response to the text prior to meeting. All that ChatGPT is based on input from people, and we don't know. So why should the machine know?
Yeah, to be honest, I think it's really dangerous. In my opinion, I think it's really easy to go on spirals. Also, ChatGPT hallucination is a thing where it draws from information or things that doesn't even exist. I think it's pretty dangerous. I have feelings about AI in a not fabulous way. So, I don't know. I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah.
But I was a big fan of it when it told me I was great.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was good.
Yeah. It did a bit of hand-holding.
A little bit of hand-holding.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Ollie? Sally, thank you so much for coming in again and answering our questions. Get your messages in on Instagram, please.
Get your questions in.
Get your questions in.
We want to answer your questions.
We really do. What are you doing? Go get your questions in. We're ready. You can get your questions in via our Instagram account, which is @WetWhenDryPod. And we will hopefully see you again for our next Q&A episode. You can listen to this podcast wherever all of the podcast things are, all of the podcast places. You can watch us on YouTube. And we will... Bye.